Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be responding to everyone's favorite intelligent, non-propaganda, totally not a dumbass university, PragerU University. It is a completely real university, not, propped up by the fossil fuel industry at all. And they have honest and non-biased information that is just objectively true, and they make sure to put sources in everything, and everything can be honest and good and correct when you're watching this. Okay, if you did not pick up on that sarcasm, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. All right, we have Prairie University, left ruins everything. Let's see.
If what I am about to tell you is true, almost everything we most treasure, freedom, beauty, reason, the family, economic well-being, and even goodness, is in jeopardy.
Okay, so already, first of all, we have some wonderful propaganda going on right now, okay? Freedom, beauty, the family. What are we ruining? How are we ruining these things? This is something that reactionaries tend to do a lot, and it happens with every single social change, is that they think that everything is going to be destroyed. The world as they know it will collapse. The freedom, beauty, the family, will all collapse if black people are allowed to go to the same restaurants as white people, or if women are allowed to vote. That will destroy the family, right? Oh, the woman won't be at home anymore. These are used constantly, and they're just fear-mongering tactics, okay? Everything will be fine. That happens with every single social change, and they're going to apply this logic to trans and non-binary people, and like history will repeat itself. Eventually, we will accept these people, and then these people like PragerU University will be looked back and laughed at hysterically. And right now, we can do the laughing, currently, because they're still here. There's still a few years before Dennis Prager dies off. Anyways.
Who or what poses this threat? The answer is the most powerful ideology of the last 100 years, leftism. Not liberalism, leftism, or if you prefer, progressivism. Leftism destroys everything it touches. Here are just a few examples. 1. The universities. Perhaps the most obvious example, one that many liberals acknowledge, is the left's near destruction of most universities.
Okay. I already love this sort of framing already, okay? Look at these statues that are fucking cut down and destroyed, dude. The left hates history, right? All these white people that the left hates, like Aristotle, George Washington. Notice how they didn't put Robert E. Lee, because, he was a fucking madman who supported slavery. And the reason why the left wanted to take down those statues or whatever was because no one wants to see them when they're walking around and they're fucking in the park trying to have a good time. Just as Jewish people probably don't want to see Hitler statues everywhere. Taking down a statue in a public area is not removing history. This is something that the right likes to accuse the left of a lot, which is so goddamn stupid. No one's removing Robert E. Lee or any other figure from the history books. No one is removing them from museums. They just don't want to see them out on the parks, okay? So, fuck you if you actually think that the left tries to ruin history.
Places of learning. In the words of Harvard professor Steven Pinker, an atheist and a liberal, because of the left, quote, universities are becoming laughingstocks of intolerance, unquote.
Yeah, Steven Pinker is kind of a reactionary. He's one of those, like, quote-unquote liberals who 24/7 talked about how the left is so evil and they're destroying everything. In terms of referencing the whole, like, college campus censoring thing, I'll get to that later. The video gets to that later. But Steven Pinker is not really a good example of a leftist. I guess he's supposed to be a liberal that's trying to say that the left is insane or whatever, but I don't know.
Of intolerance, unquote. At almost every university, and now high schools and even elementary schools, students are taught to shut down, not debate, those who differ with them.
Yeah.
And to rely on feelings
totally.
rather than reason.
That's exactly what's happening, dude. We're told to shut down instead of debate and use feelings rather than reason. Feelings, huh? What was this again? Like a few seconds ago, what was this? Freedom, beauty, what is this other than all feelings-based arguments? I mean, so far he's said nothing of prominence. He's quoted one dumb fuck who says that liberals are ruining universities. That's all that's happened so far. So reason is not present in this video at all. So let's go back. Where do we leave off?
To rely on feeling.
Shut down rather than debate. Didn't PragerU make a whole fucking video on why you shouldn't debate leftists? I swear they actually did. Let me search this up real quick here. PragerU, why you can't argue with the left. Here we go. Yeah, why you shouldn't debate, why you can't, just whining constantly, okay? And feelings rather than reason. Oh, shit. I shouldn't have closed the tab. I remember a PragerU video. What was it? If God doesn't exist, murder isn't wrong or something. Like, really ridiculous. Let me search it up real quick here. Murder. Oh, yeah, here we go. If there is no God, murder isn't wrong. This is the reason that they're using? What the fuck?
Rather than reason. 2. The arts. Throughout history, the primary purpose of art was to elevate people.
No. What the fuck does that mean? Elevate people? What? The purpose of art is to express oneself, right? That's the whole purpose of an art form. It's to, I mean, well, there really isn't a purpose to any art, but like the main purpose is essentially to express some feeling or something that you want to express. I don't know why I'm saying express so much. Another purpose of art maybe was to depict like religious mythology and stuff. And then another purpose of art was to simply just depict the real world, which then got replaced by the photo camera. So like really realism art was present before the existence of the camera, and then afterwards they had a lot of abstract shit like Vincent van Gogh and Pablo Picasso, whom, by the way, were heavily ostracized in their time. Like their art was called fucking terrible and trash, and no one liked them and whatnot. It was only after years later that we learned to appreciate themselves, or learned to appreciate them. Anyways, I'm rambling.
To elevate
sorry.
People through beauty, artistic excellence, and emotional depth.
Oh my. Okay. I love how like this is the how linear right-winger brains are, okay? Art to them cannot be anything other than like real world shit, okay? Like it has to be I see tree, I draw tree look good. That is art. Anything other than this is not art. Like this is so fucking stupid. To encompass art into these three realms is really, really dumb. Now, this thing about Beethoven, I actually was curious because I always hear this from right-wingers or from like fascists and shit that like white culture is so prevalent, and you know we listen to like Beethoven and classical music while you guys listen to rap. I searched up what fucking music different political ideologies listen to, and guess what? All right, guess what? Look, oh shit, look at this. Classical music from Democrats and Republicans are the same rate. So Republicans are no more likely to listen to classical than these filthy fucking uncultured Democrats.
To the left, the primary purpose of art, sculpture, and music is to shock. That's why so much contemporary art is meaningless and involves the scatological.
Why you gotta hate on Jay-Z, bro? What the fuck?
Meaning urine and feces. Yes, urine and feces. To give one of countless examples, in 2016, the Guggenheim Museum in New York featured a pure gold working toilet, which visitors were invited to use. The name of the exhibit was America, so one could literally relieve oneself on America.
Okay, let's just search modern art right now, okay? And let's see what comes up on Google, all right? because this is fucking dumb. Okay. Whoa. Well, look at this. Okay. Well, this. Okay, this is Starry Night. This is like a 19, whatever. This is pretty cool. This seems a bit more abstract. This looks pretty cool. This, holy fuck, dude. I mean, this looks really nice. I mean, this is modern art, Dennis. So is this. This takes a lot of effort to make. Okay. Let's go further. Modern art sculpture. Let's see what comes up there. I mean, it must be some terrible fucking diapers or some fucking urinal or something, right? Well, look. These all seem pretty well made and pretty fucking well put together. And they all look pretty nice, right? I mean, look at this. I wouldn't be able to make this. So even by like Republicans' whole like linear version of all art, where like if art doesn't look pleasing to the eye, then it's fucking useless. Even by that standard, art is still good modernly. Now I do agree that there is some art that's fucking stupid, but that's been present with every single generation, and that has nothing to do with leftism.
3. Literature. The English department at the University of Pennsylvania replaced the portrait of the greatest English language writer who ever lived, William Shakespeare, with a picture of a black lesbian poet. Why? Because he was a white European male.
No! Again, you are fucking lying. Now, I looked this up, okay? But before we can even look it up, let's just think about this for like 2 fucking seconds, okay? Why would it... What possible reason would someone have of maybe replacing the portrait of the most well-known poet ever that everyone recognizes and everyone knows to someone who is less well-known? Could it be possibly that they just want to promote the lesser-known poet and that like everyone's knows and sees who Shakespeare is, and it's not really that important to put his poster up for like everywhere for everyone to fucking see constantly? Just a guess. But anyways, I even looked this up, okay? So this was said by the Dean of School of Arts. Contrary to recent rumors, Shakespeare is alive and well at Penn. Several years ago, a decision was made to remove the portrait of Shakespeare to a different location within the English department building, and to find a visual display for the building entry that more fully represents the range of global media now started portrait and is worldwide. So essentially, the decision to move the portrait was made several years ago, okay, and it was just to, again, like our hypothesis concluded, to promote a lesser-known artist, okay? Recently, some students impatient for the new image to be created and installed moved the Shakespeare portrait and replaced it with a temporary portrait of their own, the celebrated poet and activist Audre Lorde. Sorry, I just had fucking... Whew. I've been reading, dude. Reading makes me burp. Okay. It was not meant to be permanent, and no harm came to William's visage. Let us be clear. Shakespeare remains a major figure to be studied and appreciated in the Penn English department. He is not leaving. He is merely relocating. A meeting is scheduled for January to determine a new location in the building for Shakespeare's portrait and to decide on an appropriate set of images for the main entryway of the building. So let's summarize this. That portrait was supposed to be moved years ago, and they just wanted to move it because, they wanted to promote a lesser-known poet. Again, this says, no serious English department doesn't teach and celebrate Shakespeare. We certainly do at Penn. But neither do any serious English departments take their mission as exclusively orientated to a single writer or even a few classic writers. Our students know the classics and so much more. So, actual outrage from fucking idiots being outraged at nothing.
Leftist professors have replaced the pursuit of excellence with the pursuit of diversity. 4. Late-night television. In America, late-night television shows were completely apolitical. The hosts believed their role was to entertain viewers and offer them relief and laughter after a difficult day. No longer, you cannot watch late-night television if you just want to be entertained. Late-night TV is now left-night TV.
Imagine unironically thinking that Jimmy Kimmel, the most fucking centrist Democrat liberal, is left-wing. and his audience is left wing. What Prager is sort of complaining about is the mild fucking jokes about Trump, a president who really is open to a lot of fucking jokes because he himself is a meme, okay? Now, I don't even like Jimmy Kimmel or whatever, but like for you to sit here and imagine that, like, if you were to imagine Jay Leno or whatever not making jokes about Trump if Trump was president while they're still in air, you're insane. You're fucking insane, okay? So I don't know why these people are crying that TV hosts or TV shows want to have political comedy. Again, they wouldn't do it. Again, as I say this with like all companies or whatever that do diversity or movies that hire or movies that go woke or whatever, they wouldn't do this if it didn't work and it didn't make money. So fucking keep crying. Like, this is what people want to watch. I'm sorry if it triggers you, but you know, they're not going to do it if they wouldn't make money from it. And they don't make money from right-wing crybabies, apparently.
5. Religion. The left has ruined much of mainstream Protestantism and Catholicism and non-Orthodox Judaism, which are now little more than left-wing organizations with religious symbols. In many churches and synagogues, one is more likely to hear the clergy talk about political issues.
Global warming and greed. I want you guys to show you a quote here, or not a quote, but a belief, okay? Or some quotes, okay? And God blessed them, and God said to upon be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it. I'm not gonna read this whole fucking thing. And the Lord God took the man and put him to the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. Okay, there's a lot of environmentalism in the Bible. Jesus would definitely have advocated for governments to the government to regulate companies and climate change, 100%. And by the way, the whole greed thing. It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of the needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. Okay, so you don't even follow your own book.
Than about any other subject, including even the Bible.
Yeah, that's exactly what they do. They just throw the fucking Bible. Okay.
6.
Okay.
Free speech. If there was anything virtually every American considered a bedrock value, it was freedom of speech. Yet the left is destroying even this unique American achievement. Almost half of America's young people say they believe in free speech, but not for hate speech. Yet the whole point of free speech is that it allows people to express any...
Okay, here's the thing about the whole left censoring college kids censoring political speakers or whatever. I don't think that it really is necessary for people like Ben Shapiro or like mainstream conservatives to be censored. I think it looks really, really stupid on a lot of people's parts. However, someone like Milo Yiannopoulos or someone like Richard Spencer or whatever, platforming these views that aren't mainstream, that are like very extreme, can be very, very harmful, and a college has every single right to deny them. The students have every single right to protest people like those. I do want to say that whilst I do disagree with a lot of these left or liberals who want to censor college speakers, this shit is done so much on the right as well. Like, the right loves to fucking prance around about their whole free speech bullshit, but then they literally censor people left and right. Like, Trump literally fucking censors and fires journalists, or not fired, but you know what I mean. He fires people who disagrees with them. He censors journalists left and right. Like, for the right to sort of delude themselves into thinking that the left is attacking free speech is fucking ridiculous, okay? And I remember hearing a quote from like Richard Spencer that even said that like free speech is only a means to an end. It is something that they don't really give a shit about. If they were in power, they would not give anyone other than fascists the right to free speech.
Political or social position, including what any one of us considers hate speech. And hate speech now means any position the left differs with.
No. Hate speech, at least by my definition, is something in which has an empirical harm on people or on society. So you can disagree with the left. You can say, hey, climate change isn't real. And that's probably not hate speech. Or you can say, I believe in gun control, or not gun, or I'm pro-gun. That's not hate speech. But if you say that black people should be forcibly removed from the United States, then yeah, that can probably be considered as hate speech.
7. Race. America has become the least racist multiracial society in world history.
What? What the fuck does that even mean? Least racist multiracial society? I actually tried to look this up. I couldn't find anything regarding this, okay? I couldn't find any study that said that America was the least racist country or America was the least racist multiracial country. This is so fucking stupid.
On a daily basis, Americans of every race and ethnicity get along superbly, but the left...
Okay. Not all of them, though. I mean, we just had fucking Charlottesville, right? I mean, well, we didn't just... I mean, that was a while ago, but still, I mean... They're the alt-right is growing. I mean, I doubt that everything's perfect, buddy.
Constantly poisons young minds with angry diatribes about systemic racism, microaggressions, and white privilege.
These things are objectively true. I don't know why the fuck they even put microaggressions in here, but systemic racism. Dennis, do you want to disprove the thousands of sociological evidence that supports systemic race? I probably shouldn't say thousands, but many fucking hundreds. There's multiple different studies that show that black people, there are certain laws that intentionally target and hurt black people disproportionately. There are things like voter ID laws. There are things like the criminal justice system, which jail black people at a higher rate than white people, even for the same crimes and even for say marijuana, using it at the same rate. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of evidence with these things. What the fuck are you even saying?
8. The Boy Scouts. The left is destroying the Boy Scouts. They're not even the Boy Scouts anymore. They're just the Scouts.
The horror.
The left forced them to admit girls. Here's the thing about the left. It only destroys. It doesn't build.
I love how he's not explaining, or he won't explain how girls will destroy the Boy Scouts. To me, this makes no sense. How girls are incapable of doing anything in the Boy Scouts, fucking making tents or whatnot.
The Boy Scouts have helped shape tens of millions of boys into independent, strong, good men.
So why can't they shape boys and girls to be independent, strong, and good? I don't understand. What's the problem with allowing girls to do the same thing as boys? As long as the standards don't change, then who gets harmed? Isn't this actually good, right? More people overall would be strong and independent and good.
So where's the left-wing version of the Boy Scouts? It doesn't exist.
Yeah, because our version of the quote-unquote Boy Scouts allows more people to be strong and independent and well. Okay, so if there was a war between our fucking version of the Scouts and your version of the Scouts, by sheer numbers, our version of the Scouts would win.
There is none. 9. Male, female. In some ways, scariest of all, the left is committed to ending male and female as distinct categories. Children are increasingly raised not to think of themselves as a boy or a girl. Teachers are told not to refer to their students as boys or girls, just students.
Oh my god, dude, look at the horror, man. This is what happens when gender-neutral policies are enacted, okay? This girl had pigtails, and now she's fucking cutting them off. And then they're all happy with wearing blue and pink dresses or whatever, but now they have to wear fucking gray, monotonous clothes, and they all have to have the same hair, and now they're sad. Yeah, this doesn't really happen, dude. There has actually been many studies on gender-neutral schools, and look, they're actually more likely to succeed, okay? So, where is this? and to them seem more open to certain experiences than children from more typical schools. Children thrive through interaction with peers and many play with. They promote development that are traditionally gendered, and then it would be reasonable to assume that is likely to improve these developments and future success. So essentially, like, more of these kids were inclined to play with different things, and you know, the girls were more open to playing with, say, like the science toys, or more interested in being in science, and you know, the guys were open to, you know, doing whatever the fuck they wanted, and it was overall a good experience. It was better than forcing fucking traditional gender roles on people that don't really want to be forced to do so.
In New York City, parents do not have to check off male or female on their newborn's birth certificate. They can check off X.
Oh my god, dude, this is like World War III. Holy shit, they can check off X? I mean, what's next, man? Are they gonna check off dog now? Is that what's gonna happen? Now they can identify as a dog? Yeah, see, I just want to show you. I just want to keep reminding you, right? This having X as a fucking as a category that you can check off somehow is ruining the world, according to PragerU University. This is levels of outrage and triggeredness that I have really not previously seen.
They can check off X. All this imposed gender confusion can only end up producing confused people and a confused society.
Nope, there's been plenty of societies that have been raising kids as gender neutral. There have been plenty of societies that have had more than one gender. I don't know what the hell he's even talking about now.
So why does the left engage in so much destruction? Because it thinks America is essentially a bad country.
Well, I mean, not most of the people. I think that most of the people have good intentions, at least. But the government, I mean, yeah, like, kind of objectively, if you have any moral axiom that predicates around outcomes and like reducing harm, I think that the American government has caused a lot of harm to the world. So I guess if you go by that metric, sure. That's pretty much it. The end of the video. Wait,
but America is only bad compared to utopia, and the left is utopian. I'm Dennis Prager. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, that's about it for this video. If you guys want to see more, please hit the subscribe button. I'm a new content creator. I would be really appreciative if you guys were to subscribe. And yeah, good luck, everyone, on your days. Bye-bye.